Welcome. So today's video is a little bit personal. I feel like you guys have been asking for more of my background, of more how did I get here? And I feel that it's about time that I talk or give you guys a video about how to achieve a financial goal and kind of getting in that mindset of being able to achieve some sort of wealth, not only to buy a home, but just for anything that you want. And I want to share my story and what worked for me. I'm not a financial advisor, but I will tell you what habits allow me to be here today. So I think that the first step for any goal, whether it's financial or personal, starts with creating a timeline, meaning that you have to create a vision of where you want to be in 2, 5, 10 years from now. And then after you create that vision and you literally envision, because a vision is envisioning yourself there, whether it's a home and you envision yourself walking in that home and with a beautiful kitchen and touching the granite that you always wanted to have and having the amazing white couches you dreamed of, So envisioning yourself in that world and that life you want to be able to have, that's going to allow you to stay motivated. So it's a huge step. And then the second part of that is basically kind of creating habits that will allow you to get there. It's not a goal if you don't create an action plan. So it's creating like an action plan of what you need to do in order for you to get there. And that's going to take some sitting down with yourself, by yourself, maybe with a little notebook, maybe just in bed in your little notepad, on your phone, doesn't matter. But just thinking about what do you do with your money and what are you doing wrong? What are you doing right? What things you can change, things you can control, things you can't control. There's going to be so many aspects of your life that you can control. Some you can manipulate. So it's sitting down, taking that time to understand, I need to change. Something needs to change. Either I'm going to change my job and make more money, or I love my job, or this is the job that I have and it's not going to change. So I have to change my lifestyle in order for me to be able to achieve those goals. And it starts there. Now let's talk about those milestones and those steps. Every step that you move forward is a milestone. Don't forget to celebrate them. It's an achievement. It's something that's going to keep you on track. It's going to keep you motivated. Celebrate them. Another step that I feel that is very important is understanding what it takes. If everything is easy, everyone would have it, or everyone would be able to achieve it. So you have to learn to become uncomfortable and kind of, like I said, goes back to the first step, kind of digging into your habits, your lifestyle. Understanding, I want to dig a little bit deeper. I think we have to understand what I mean about habits. It's who we are, who we were raised to be. I think that as a Latin woman, I could think about when I used to go to Dominican Republic. And the first thing my mom would do is take me shopping. And every item that we took to the Dominican Republic was new. And it was a new luggage with new clothes. And I felt that this is something so crazy to think and so small, but it's like since we were small, they taught us that to go on vacation, we had to buy clothes and everything had to be new. And you could get even deeper into that and say how we had to create this image every time we traveled, or I don't know, even for parties, for everything. It was always this shopping. So I feel like it's in us to become consumers, and ultimately we are slaves of being a consumer. And that's what surrounded me growing up and everyone around me. And I feel like other cultures, you can compare yourself to other cultures that weren't like that these are not the things that they have to fight on a daily basis, because that's not who they are, because that's not who they were taught to be. However, we were. That's what they taught us to be. So again, understanding who we are and understanding that you no longer want to be a slave, that you do want freedom, that you do want to become someone. And as hard as it sounds, understanding that we didn't start where other people did. And that at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that other people can do, and they have the luxury to do that. But you don't, because you didn't start there. You have to work 3 times as hard to be able to get there, and maybe work for 5 years just to get to where they started. And understanding how life is unfair and how we can make it fair by making our time count, you know? And I feel like on a daily basis, we don't make the right decisions. And I could say I don't do so all the time. I try to be strong. But we're gonna go over the steps because this is helpful even for me, because I feel I have lost track of who I was and who I want to be. And I feel like this was perfect because I want to be reminded of the things that I should be doing. The next step is creating a budget. I know we hear this a lot, but I don't think that budgets are effective without doing the prior steps we did. So it's important for you to do the steps we spoke about before you do the budget. Because then when you do that budget, you might be a little bit more real with yourself and understand what you truly should be not doing. So creating a budget with a little notebook, understanding and writing down, not even understanding, writing down truthfully what you make, what you're spending it on, and simply understanding what you have left at the end of the month and what you would choose normally to do with that money. Also, while you're looking at that budget, you can see, okay, maybe again, I shouldn't be going out to eat, because if I don't go out to eat, maybe I can save $2 extra $100 a month. Maybe, I'm not going to hire the cleaning company that comes here that charges me X amount of money. Maybe I'm going to clean my own damn house. Again, you will decide what is important to you and what is a priority. It's as difficult as even saying, you know what, I'm going to move. Where I'm currently living, the rent is too expensive. And if I move, I will be able to save $500 a month. And those are the decisions and the sacrifices that you have to be willing to make. One of the things that you have to be very careful with is FOMO, is failure of missing out. You have to understand that it's okay to say no to going out to eat. It's okay to say, I can't afford buying a new outfit, because sometimes going out to eat is just not the bill to going out to eat. Maybe it's the full outfit or makeup or hair that you're going to have to spend. The nails, it's all of it. So you have to add up, like going out to eat. It's just not going and spending $200 on dinner. It's all of it that takes for all of us to be this fabulous all the time. So it gets pretty expensive. So again, I really think that the most important one is kind of isolating yourself a little bit. If you are not in the right path, you most likely weren't surrounded with the right people. So it's also understanding I need to get on in my little zone, in my little bubble, and I don't want no one to come and disrupt what I'm trying to build, because it's already hard for you to do what you have to do. It's already challenging for you to get out of your comfort zone. So having other people influence you constantly to do the wrong thing, which was the right thing for you a couple months ago, it's hard. So again, don't put yourself in that situation. For the majority of the time, if they're truthful, like if they're true friends, you should be able to tell them, hey, I'm really trying to achieve this financial goal. I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to, pay for college, pay off my student loans, whatever it may be. I'm not trying to spend money right now. And even if you do that, yeah, some of them will understand, but some of them won't understand because they're probably in a worse position than you were. So they're not there to understand. They don't even know they wouldn't understand. So you can tell them if it makes you feel better, but again, it's okay for you to just isolate. Whoever's a true friend will understand that you just need time And whenever you're ready, you're ready. There were so many people that I stopped talking to and that they don't know what happened to me. I was like MIA. Why? Because I was saving. I was on my shit. I was grinding. So what were you doing? I was working. That's what I was doing. Getting money, getting paper, saving, doing what I have to do. So call me when you're there, when we could talk. Not right now. You know? So I hope you can have these sincere conversations with your friends, but if you can't, it's completely fine. As you guys know, I have a couple followers on Instagram. It's no news to anyone. I feel like back in the day, we used to have social pressure. Now it's called social media pressure because everything gets Instagrammed. And I think it's so crazy for me personally to see. I question it all the time. I have like associates, friends, people that I know that make less money than me and live a more lavish lifestyle than me. And I'm like, I literally had to pull some of my friends to the side and say, like, listen, how are you okay with this if I'm not okay? You know, how are you able to do this and I'm not? So again, you can call out your friends, but if you're a good friend, but just stay focused and understand that it's okay for people to pretend to be something that they're not. And that's the world that we're living in, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's the whole world at this point, because it is what it is, right? So just be mindful of that. You don't have to fall into the pressure. I know I sure do at times. It's hard, especially if you are here with a freaking camera in front of your face all the time. You know, it's hard not to have great items and expensive stuff and live and go out and have lavish vacations. I'm not gonna lie, don't I wish that I wouldn't be this person and I could just like literally be abajo de una mate coco? Normal, more. Yo quisiera. I would love to be able to save all my money. But again, this is the world that we live in. And obviously, you guys don't want to see me. You guys probably wouldn't follow me if I was in, or I wouldn't live the life that I do on social media, you know? But again, everything has to be a balance. When I bought my first house, then I bought my second home. And I said that whenever I bought my third home, I was going to buy myself a watch. But then I got the money to buy my third home. And then I bought the house. And then I wanted to fix the house. And then I got the money to buy my fourth home. And then I fixed the house. And then I got the money to buy my fifth home. And it kept going. And I just felt like I wasn't ready ever to spend the money on a watch. It was just like, but then again, I felt like I wanted a watch because it's like the thing with Hispanic women. They all have this like Rolex or like a huge like, I don't even know the names of these watches. But anyways, I think it's a petite, whatever the hell. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong. But I don't even want to know because I know I'm never going to have that type of watch. In order for me to have that type of watch, I probably have to have millions in the bank already saved in order for my husband to feel comfortable for me to spend $100 grand on a freaking watch. But it goes to say how so many other people that had less investments than me, less money than me, and that probably have seen less money than what I have, had these type of watches. And it made me believe that I had to have one. And then it came finally the time that, you know, now on my honeymoon, I decided to finally invest in a watch. And I got in so many questions about my watch. How much do you spend on your watch? And what type of watch is it? And how, you know, what brand is it? Why didn't you buy a Rolex? Why didn't you buy a Cartier? Like all these things. So many people have so many input on how I should spend my money after it took me so long to be able to buy this watch. But it goes to show that sometimes when you do get that watch, it means that much more. Because for me, it wasn't even about the watch anymore. It was about how long I've been wanting it for and how long I waited to get it. And then when I got it, I was like, oh my God, I got it. Like I really spent the money on this watch knowing I have X amount on my account and I could actually afford it. And I didn't stop doing something that would benefit me in order for me to get this watch, you know? So again, it was definitely a learning curve. I feel that being with Zachary and seeing him with his family and seeing how he has had the advantage of having a family that constantly is guiding him to make the right financial decisions is amazing. But it also hurts my soul to know that, yeah, my mom tried to the best of her ability. But again, most of them didn't know certain things. They're not telling you to invest in your 401k, to buy real estate. You know, they're telling you to save money, they're to get a good job. It's completely different. So don't forget that we don't start at the same finish line or at the same starting point. We're different and we have to work that much harder. And again, don't forget why your parents came here. They didn't come here for you to, you know, ball out on social media. We left our country. We are immigrants. We came here to be immigrants, to be called immigrants for something. Make something out of yourself. Don't forget that. If you want to see more videos about these subjects, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate your support.